You're listening to the Winsight Podcast Network.
Walgreens settles with Rite Aid investors, Fat Dog's Travel Centers plans new locations, and the National Restaurant Association show has opened 2024 Food and Beverage Award nominations. Welcome to the Retail Daily, your quick look at the top news from Winsight Grocery Business and CSP Daily News. I'm Russell Redmond, Executive Editor at WGB.
And I'm CSP Editor-in-Chief Steve Holtz. Russ, what do you got?
Well, remember the failed Walgreens-Rite Aid merger? Well, a bunch of Rite Aid shareholders haven't forgotten. This week, published reports said Walgreens has agreed to pay $192.5 million to settle a class action lawsuit claiming Rite Aid investors were misled about regulatory scrutiny of the proposed $17.2 billion deal. Walgreens unveiled plans to acquire Rite Aid in October 2015, but after talks with the FTC made little headway, the companies ended up terminating the merger 2 years later and unveiled a new transaction for Walgreens to buy 2,186 Rite Aid stores. Then in September 2017, that deal was downsized to 1,932 stores to gain FTC approval. The result? Rite Aid lost over 40% of its store base and fell farther behind much larger competitors, CVS and Walgreens.
The Fat Dog's Travel Center chain in Nebraska is building 2 new locations, extending its reach across the state. Currently operating 7 stores along the Interstate 80 corridor, the North Platte-based independent retailer is building 2 new travel centers in Grand Island and Lincoln. They are 14,000 and 18,000 square foot locations, respectively.
Getting people to eat more fruit and vegetables, looming climate-related disasters, and the potential threats posed by artificial intelligence rank among the top concerns for the produce industry, according to International Fresh Produce Association CEO Kathy Burns. She kicked off the second annual Global Produce and Floral Show on Thursday with a State of the Industry address at the Anaheim Convention Center in California. Burns told attendees that the state of fruit, vegetables, and flowers could be better. She called the promotion of fresh produce consumption the association's greatest hurdle and said the group is laser-focused on pushing nutrition prescriptions nationwide.
The National Restaurant Association show has open nominations for the 2024 Food and Beverage Awards, or FABIs. This award program recognizes and celebrates forward-thinking and creative products shaping the future of food and beverage in restaurants and beyond. FABI awardees will be featured in the 2024 show, May 18th through 21st at McCormick Place in Chicago. The deadline for submissions is January 10th. For more information, visit nationalrestaurantshow.com and search for FABI, F-A-B-I.
Grocery Industry Trade Group, FMI, the Food Industry Association, has applauded the Federal Reserve Board for scheduling an October 25th meeting to consider lowering the regulated debit interchange rate. Legislation enacted over 10 years ago had halved the debit card swipe fee cap to 21 cents and called for the Fed to adjust the cap every 2 years. However, FMI and other retail trade associations said the cap has stayed at that level and remains too high, despite a plunge in banks' average cost to process debit card transactions.
Convenience store chains Yesway and Noria Energy are investing in digital platforms to better serve their customers. Yesway is launching a new version of its app with Stuzo, and Noria has seen benefits from digital additions in-store, like interactive kiosks. Darren Samaha, Vice President of Marketing for Yesway, and Joe Hamza, Chief Operating Officer at Noria Energy Corporation, shared their digital journeys at the 2023 NAC show in Atlanta.
Upper Midwest grocer Coborn's has named Chris Roberts as Senior VP of Center Store Merchandising. He will take over the post from Andy Knobloch, who retires on March 1st. Roberts, who spent over 25 years with Target, will be in charge of leading Coborn's strategic merchandising initiatives in grocery, dairy, frozen, health and beauty, and general merchandise.
Quick Trip, KT, has issued an update on the internal systems outage that has plagued the convenience store retailer since October 9th. While it has slowly been able to restore access to many of its internal systems, the chain's rewards program remains offline. The loyalty program is now processing transactions again, and the company anticipates it will be back online in all stores, quote, within the next few days.
Instacart is working to strengthen its relationship with CPG advertisers through a new partnership with advertising technology provider The Trade Desk. The partnership aims to make retail media buys for Instacart's CPG clients more data-driven by giving them greater access to purchase-minded audiences based on Instacart's consumer behavior and product purchase data. The last-mile delivery giant said it's piloting the new capability with Beam Suntory, a maker of alcoholic beverages, and Group M, a media, investment, and advertising firm.
While e-cigarette sale volumes remained pressured in third quarter 2023, tobacco retailers and manufacturers surveyed by Goldman Sachs have hope for improvement as the Food and Drug Administration ramps up its enforcement activity against non-compliance products. Retailers and wholesalers noted that e-cigarette volumes were down 2.2% year over year in the third quarter, compared to being down 1.7% in the second quarter. However, while they previously said e-cigarette volumes will decline 2.9% overall in 2023, expectations now are that it may only decline 1.6%. And that will do it for today's episode of Retail Daily. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more for your daily dose of retail news. For more on these stories, visit CSP Daily News or WinsightGroceryBusiness.com. I'm Steve Holtz.
And I'm Russ Redman. Have an excellent weekend.